Welcome to the Kite Foil League Leadbetter Classic. This is Quinn and Dane Wilson from Salty Brother Films. We're coming to you commentating for race 1.
All right, this is about 20 seconds to go. Race 1, it's a pretty light air. We had a long postponement all morning waiting for this cloud cover to come off or burn off, and we are off. We have Marcus on the yellow kite down at the pin. Coming up, the blue kite is Ryan Satterberg, and tacking over just out of frame there, I believe, is Evan Heffernan. So we have this little boat in the way. Doesn't look like an issue. Will Sear is in this green kite at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, so we are racing right off the harbor, Santa Barbara Harbor, and off the breakwall. So you can see there's a few boats out there, and they tried to set the course just below the kelp. But we definitely know that it could still be a problem today.
Yeah, so it looks like a lot of the fleet is kind of banking on this left side. If you ever sail in Santa Barbara, you know the right's pretty good. But because we had this weird wind early on in the day, we definitely saw a little bit more left shift favored. And a lot of the guys went out pretty early before this race. So looks like a lot of the fleet knows that. And Marcus, who... Quinn, correct me if I'm wrong, I think is leading the overall series points, followed by Will Sear.
Actually, I do have it wrong. Will Sear is leading overall. Marcus just came off winning the Long Beach event, the Seabreeze Invitational, but Will Sear, coming with 2 second places, is leading the California Triple Crown. And yeah, as we pan around with the drone here, you can see the cloud cover over the mountains. It is sunny out over the ocean. And that could create some differences in breeze here as we see them going upwind.
Yeah, so 2 things here. Oh, we just missed that kelp line on the drone, which I think maybe messed somebody up back there. But across the course is the 2 blue kites, which is Kai Calder and Evan Heffernan, which I think Evan Heffernan is...
No, Will Sear is leading overall.
But Evan Heffernan is very close.
Yeah, he's in third. They're all separated. Those 3 are all separated by 1 point in the overall. So it'll pretty much, the crown will pretty much come down to this event.
Right. So we see, Evan Heffernan or Kai Calder over there coming across. Oh, one of them is down over there. But, one of those blue kites is coming across. And they look pretty good, you think?
Yeah, I would say that the righty is showing here. You can see this yellow and green fly surfer. They look a little bowed down, and I would say the blue kite is crossing here.
And Marcus has got some wheels. He just pinched Will Sear off. But it looks like he's going to be coming across in third, and Will in fourth, followed by that black kite. I'm not sure who that is.
Is this looks like to be Kai Calder crossing into the left.
So Kai in first, Evan in third or fourth.
Yeah, that's a tight lee bow there.
Yep, but Kai calling a nice ley line. And there's the top mark. So very nice tight ley line there.
Very flat water. Usually Santa Barbara is relatively choppy and has some big swell, but today with the minimal wind in the morning, it looks very flat, which I would assume is pretty good for these kiters. Yeah. All right, we have Kai around first, followed by Marcus Edergen, followed by Will Sear in third, just out of frame.
Yeah, and I noticed a lot of the competitors talking about kelp out there, which seemed to be a big problem, but you can see usually the foils are pretty stable through the water, but you can see all these splashes from the foil is definitely just the kelp on the foil. And you can see Marcus pumping there. It is pretty light.
Down goes Kai. Yeah.
Yeah, so it probably hit some kelp there, just as we were talking about it. And Marcus has a sizable lead now.
Yeah, it was hard to tell if that was kelp or just a mistake on Kai's part there, but he went down pretty fast, and now he's going to be, he's still not up.
Yeah, so that's Will Sear in third, and Will Sear in second, Evan in third, and
Not sure who that
We're
black
not
kite is.
sure. But yeah, Black in fourth and Kai Calder in fifth now. So back to the front here with Marcus, kind of just blazing away out in front. So yeah, really light air. You can see the kind of the ripples off of the break wall from Marcus, another touchdown, but saves that one. Yeah, you can see all the rebound of the waves um, off of that break wall, which is going to be a little bit tricky for the foils since there's so much turbulence underneath the water.
Now it looks like they're doing a double windward leeward here, so they're going to be coming down to a gate. I think that is the right-hand gate. That yellow triangle might be the left hand actually. So they're going to be rounding this gate and doing one more upwind before they head down to the finish.
And the black kite is Noah Zitraire, which we just figured out. But yeah, nice race by him as well. But this is a good top 5 right here. So Marcus running first over there, followed by Will.
There's Hontos Viegas in the white kite, and Ryan Satterberg in the orange jersey with the blue kite coming down in looks like 6th and 7th place.
And switch back to the drone here, but you can definitely see the advantage to having a good bottom mark rounding. It looks like Will Sear kind of drifted off where the two blue kites and Marcus were able to hold their high lane, but tacking over to this right, trying to protect. I think Marcus is definitely trying to cover here.
Yeah, that might be that local knowledge by Evan there, knowing that the right is usually favored. He seemed to be the first one to pull that trigger and get to the right, and a smart move by Will and Marcus to cover that.
Yeah, totally. We'll see how it kind of plays out, but for now, I mean, we'll switch back maybe in a second, but it was looked like Evan and I believe Kai were really gaining over there. But
yep, those are the leaders coming back to the beach, hoping for that righty, hoping for maybe looks like a little wobble there by Marcus, and he is looking down at his foil.
Oh, and it goes down again. Yeah, definitely Kelp doing a little back roll there to clear it, but that's definitely going to cost him his first place at the moment.
Yeah, he is definitely dropping. It looks like he might be closer to 4th now. Oh, and he's completely down. Yeah, that is a big disaster for Marcus after leading the entire race.
Yeah, and Evan absolutely trucking upwind right here. It might be this right shift as you get into the beach, but definitely interesting to see how everyone comes out of this corner. So it looks like we're attacking the ley line. You can see the mark in the very top right-hand corner of your screen. But nice tack by Evan, able to gain another couple meters or something on Will Sear there. So
yeah, after watching kites for a little bit, you do notice that it is really easy for one kite to pin another kite out to a corner. So going early like Evan did, he may be over ley line here and maybe just not be able to get back when he wanted. And Will seems to be in the controlling spot right now, but it does look he's like a little bit wobbly, maybe dealing with another kelp like Marcus here. And Evan seems to be not in a great spot when he tacked, but now he's definitely trucking over the top.
Yeah, you can definitely see all that spray off the foils just from probably seaweed ventilating the foils. It seemed like Evan was dealing with it as well, but was able to kind of power through. But we'll see how it shakes out here. Will definitely seems to be losing a lot. Not sure exactly what the scenario is from the camera angle, but coming in the top mark here.
There does seem to be a few different strategies, whether to ride with the kelp a little bit slower or kind of try to get it off your foil and stop and go without it. It seems like Evan sometimes tries to do a little flip. You saw Marcus doing it there and getting the kelp off, and others just kind of power with it and try to make their way with it. But Will is just completely out of frame here. He must be dealing with something on his foil.
But this looks like a speed race between Evan and Kai here. Probably, what Quinn was talking about is it looks like Kai's able to kind of pin Evan out for the moment and see if he can call a good ley line and beat him into the jibe and see if he can get inside.
Now, we just saw a glimpse of Marcus on that yellow ozone on the upwind. He looks like he's lost a ton and is pretty far behind now.
Maybe a little wiggle from Evan on the jibe, which makes Kai go, and Evan's going to follow. So we'll see what this ley line is. I think the next move is rounding the pin end and then that reach to the finish. So We'll see if Kai called a good ley line or if Evan has the speed to either hit the ley line or be able to go faster and keep the power on the kite in these light air conditions.
And it looks like they just went by that current line again, and it seemed like they made it through okay without hitting any debris. But I kind of think that Evan's kind of heating it up here. Maybe he feels like they're a little bit understood and needs to gain some gauge back with Kai here.
Yeah, definitely. And these guys are ripping at about, what, 7 knots, 8 knots of wind. I think from the drone pilot that they're going like 30, 33 miles an hour or something like that. So they are absolutely mobbing in this light air, which is pretty impressive for kites and foils. It's a very cool sport in that regard. But yeah, we'll see coming up soon if they're on ley line or not.
Yeah, for Evan here, you're definitely hoping you're not on ley line, as if Kai's on ley line, there's not many passing lanes from here.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Kai is on ley line, huh?
Yeah, Evan's kind of all the way back to almost trailing him now. Yep, and there's the mark. There's the pin end of the line. So Kai around the pin end in first, and right behind is Evan. See if anything can happen on this final reach leg. They're going to be pushing hard.
Yeah, little wingtip drag by Evan, and that's the finish line coming into view there. And Kai Calder with the race 1 victory, followed by Evan Heffernan, which is good for Evan in the overall standings, and awesome race win by Kai Calder. So very cool race.
Kai coming off a lot of training this summer, but he actually missed the second event of the Triple Crown, so he is not going to be in the running, but I'm sure he still wants to come away with the regatta win this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure. And Will Sear in a distant third with no one in sight for fourth place. But that's a good result for Will. And there we go, crossing third. All right, thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for race number 2 coming right up.